at you. You think you can just walk in here and ignore us?
Sophia, please, not now.
Not now. When, Daniel? When is a good time?
What is this? No, no, no! This can't be happening!
What is the use of all this money if you were never in this house? Sophia's voice tore through the living room. The children froze. Daniel stood by the door, 1 foot still in his shoe, briefcase hanging from his hand, sweat from Lagos traffic shining on his forehead. His phone buzzed again. Office call. He looked at it. That was his mistake. Sophia laughed, a broken, angry sound. "Answer it," she shouted. "Answer your real family. They are the ones raising these children, not me." The room felt smaller. "Hata, what are you shouting for?" Daniel snapped back. "I'm working. You think money falls from the sky? I would rather eat Gary in peace than live in this big house alone," she fired. Silence. Heavy, dangerous silence. What if the thing you're killing yourself to provide is the same thing destroying your home? Daniel was terrified of poverty. He grew up watching darkness swallow evenings when NEPA took light, watching his parents argue over unpaid bills, watching hunger turn adults into strangers. He swore his children would never know that fear. So he ran. He ran from morning traffic to midnight meetings, from one contract to another, from one promise to the next. "I'm doing this for you," he shouted. But Sophia's eyes were wet. "We don't need your money," she whispered. "We need you." And Daniel didn't hear her, because ambition is loud, but heartbreak is louder. Stay with me, because the man who chased money thought he was saving his family. He didn't know he was the one tearing it apart. And some damage starts long before anyone notices the cracks. Daniel didn't become obsessed with money overnight. Fear raised him. He remembered nights his mother pretended she wasn't hungry so the children could eat. Remembered landlords knocking like police. Remembered the shame of wearing the same torn sandals to school. Poverty had a smell, and he swore it would never enter his house again. So when Sophia shouted, he didn't hear anger. He heard danger. "You don't understand," he said that night, sitting at the edge of the bed, voice low. "I've seen what happens when a man cannot provide." Sophia turned away from him. "And I'm seeing what happens when a man forgets his family," she replied. The fan spun slowly above them. The children were asleep in the next room. Between them lay a silence full of things neither wanted to admit. Daniel believed absence was a sacrifice. Sophia believed absence was abandonment. Both were afraid, but fear speaks different languages in a marriage. The next morning, Daniel left before sunrise. He kissed the children while they slept. He didn't kiss Sophia. His phone was already ringing before he reached the gate. And as he stepped into the street, he told himself the same lie that comforts many men. One more year, just one more year of hard work, and everything will be fine. But time has a way of collecting debts, and families charge interest. The first school event Daniel missed came with apologies. "I'm sorry, my princess," he said over the phone. "Daddy is closing a big deal. I'll make it up to you." His daughter held the phone with both hands. "It's okay," she said. But children learn disappointment early. They just don't have the words for it. At the school hall, other fathers clapped and waved. She kept scanning the door. Every time it opened, her heart jumped. It was never him. That night she placed a medal on the dining table. Daniel saw it hours later when he came home. He smiled proudly, took a picture, and sent money to her mother. "Buy her something nice," he texted. He thought he had celebrated her. But Sophia stayed at the message and felt something inside her harden. She didn't want something nice, she whispered. She wanted you. Weeks passed, then months. "Daddy is busy" became the explanation for everything. Why he wasn't at dinner, why he didn't attend meetings, why his chair stayed empty. His son stopped asking when he would come home. His daughter stopped waiting at the gate. Children adapt. They build emotional calluses to survive disappointment. And Daniel mistook their silence for understanding. He didn't see it for what it was, the beginning of distance, because while he was chasing money, his children were learning how to live without him. And that is a lesson no parent ever wants their child to master. The house was no longer loud. Not with laughter, not with conversation, only with routine. Sophia stopped waiting up for Daniel. At first she tried, sitting on the edge of the bed, fighting sleep, telling herself today he'll come early. But midnight became 1 a.m., and 1 a.m. became 2. Hope is exhausting when it keeps losing. So she stopped. Dinner was served at 7. Plates cleared at 8. Lights off by 10. If Daniel came home, he reheated his food alone. The microwave became their late-night conversation partner. Did you pay the electricity bill? Yes. School fees. I transferred it. Okay. That was marriage now. Not love, not partnership. Administration. Sometimes he would try to joke. You people have forgotten me in this house. He laughed one night. Sophia didn't laugh. We didn't forget you, she said calmly. We adjusted. The word hit harder than any insult. Adjusted. The children no longer ran to the door when they heard his car. They no longer fought to sit on his lap. They greeted him politely, like a visitor, and Daniel felt the distance, but he wrapped it in pride. This is the price of success, he told himself. Families suffer now so they can enjoy later. But homes don't break in one loud moment. They erode quietly, brick by brick, dinner by dinner, silence by silence. And the most dangerous part? Everyone learns how to function inside the damage. It was a Sunday, one of the rare Sundays Daniel was home. The generator was off, windows open, church clothes hanging behind doors. The house smelled like stew and fresh air. For a moment, it felt like the old days. His daughter ran to him with a sheet of paper. Daddy, I drew our family. Daniel smiled and lifted her onto his lap. He hadn't held her like this in months. On the paper were 4 stick figures: mother, brother, sister, and a small figure standing outside the house. Daniel frowned. Why am I outside? He asked, forcing a laugh. His daughter shrugged. You always outside, she said simply. The words landed without mercy. Sophia, standing in the kitchen doorway, froze. She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. The child had said what the adults were afraid to speak. Daniel stayed at the drawing. A house he paid for, a family he loved, and himself, drawn like a stranger. For a split second, something inside him cracked. A voice whispered, slow down, go back, fix this now. But fear is stubborn. He folded the paper, kissed his daughter's forehead, and stood up. Daddy has to take a quick call, he said. Work? Again. The warning had arrived. Clear, gentle, impossible to misunderstand. And he walked away from it. Because some men don't ignore warnings out of cruelty. They ignore them. Because stopping feels more terrifying than losing everything. Something changed after the drawing. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. And quiet changes are the ones that matter most. The children stopped asking Daniel to play. At first he didn't notice. He was relieved. No interruptions. No guilt. No tugging at his sleeve while he answered emails. Peace. That's what he called it. But it wasn't peace. It was surrender. His son learned to fix his toys alone. His daughter started showing her drawings to her mother instead. Tell Daddy, Sophia would say gently. The girl would shake her head. He's busy. Not angry. Not sad. Just certain. And certainty in a child is a dangerous thing. It means the hope is gone. Even Sophia stopped arguing. No more shouting. No more complaints. No more late-night fights. She became polite, respectful, distant. Food is in the kitchen. Your clothes are ironed. Good night. Daniel told himself the house was finally calm. But calm is not always peace. Sometimes calm is what happens when a storm has already destroyed everything, and there's nothing left to fight for. He felt the distance. Of course he did. But every time the discomfort rose in his chest, he drowned it in work. Another contract, another trip, another promise of soon. Soon I'll rest. Soon I'll focus on them. Soon I'll fix this. But soon is a word families learn to fear, because soon rarely comes. And while Daniel planned the future, His family was learning how to live in a present that did not include him. The biggest deal of Daniel's life closed on a Thursday. Applause filled the office. People shook his hand like he had conquered something permanent. For the first time in years, he left early. "I'm going home," he said, smiling. "I want to surprise my family." He bought cake on the way. Traffic felt lighter. The city looked generous. He reached the gate and smiled to himself. Then he opened the door. Silence. No cartoon noise. No children arguing. No pots clanging in the kitchen. Just silence. The kind that presses against your ears. "Sophia?" he called. Nothing. He checked the bedroom. Empty. Wardrobe half cleared. Drawers open like mouths frozen mid-sentence. His heart began to race. He rushed outside and knocked on the neighbor's door. "Auntie, please, have you seen my wife? The children?" The woman hesitated. Her eyes softened. "They left in the afternoon," she said quietly. "They packed bags." A car came. Daniel felt the ground shift. "Left? Left way." She shook her head slowly. "I thought you knew." He pulled out his phone with trembling hands. Called Sophia. Switched off. Called again. Switched off. He dialed her sister. No answer. Her mother. Ringing. 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 Finally a voice. "Hello. Mama, where's Sophia?" he asked, breathless. A long pause. Then, "She's safe," the older woman said firmly. "That's all you need to know for now." The line went dead. Daniel stood in the street. Neighbors pretending not to watch. The cake still in his hand like a cruel joke. For the first time in years, he was early, and his family was gone. The house he built waited behind him. Big, beautiful, empty, and success, for the first time, felt small. That night, Daniel didn't turn on the lights. He sat in the dark living room, phone in his hand, staring at a screen that refused to ring. The house sounded different without them. The refrigerator hummed too loudly. The clock ticked like a hammer. Every small noise reminded him that no one was there to make bigger ones. He walked through the room slowly. His son's shoes by the door. His daughter's doll on the couch. A scarf Sophia forgot behind the chair. Evidence of a life that had moved out, but hadn't taken its ghost with it. He opened the fridge. Food neatly arranged. She had cooked before leaving. Even in anger, she fed him. Daniel sank to the kitchen floor and covered his face. Money had filled every account, but it had emptied his house. He thought about the nights he chose meetings over dinner, the birthdays replaced with transfers, the warnings wrapped in arguments he refused to hear. Each memory returned like a debt collector, knocking, loud, relentless. For years, he feared poverty, but sitting alone in that expensive silence, he discovered something worse. Being rich and unwanted. And in that moment, Daniel understood a truth no contract had ever taught him. A man can build an empire and still fail at home. Daniel didn't sleep. By morning, he had a plan. If money caused a distance, money would fix it. He drove to the biggest mall he knew and walked through it like a man on a mission. Jewelry, clothes, shoes, a new phone Sophia once admired, toys the children had begged for months ago. He bought everything. Bags piled up in the back seat like proof of love. By afternoon, he stood in front of Sophia's sister's house, heart pounding like a teenager about to confess a crime. He knocked. Sophia opened the door. Her eyes widened, not with joy, with exhaustion. The children peeked from behind her legs. Daniel smiled too quickly. "I brought things," he said, lifting the bags. "For you, for the kids. I'm sorry, I've been busy, but look, we can fix this." Sophia stayed at the gifts, then at him. "Daniel," she said quietly, "you still don't understand." He stepped forward, desperate. "I'm trying. I'm here now." She didn't touch the bags. The children didn't reach for the toys. The silence between them stretched painfully. "We didn't leave because we were poor," Sophia said. "We left because we were lonely." The words stripped the air out of his chest. All the money in his hands suddenly felt heavy. Useless. For the first time, Daniel realized something terrifying. He knew how to earn. He didn't know how to apologize. And love doesn't accept bank transfers. Weeks passed. Daniel's gift sat untouched in the corner of the living room. His phone rang less. His meetings continued. But the house he longed to enter remained quiet. At first, he tried again the old way: money, deals, urgency. But Sophia didn't answer his calls. The children didn't rush to greet him. He realized the truth. You cannot pay for time lost. You cannot bribe a child's trust. You cannot outsource presents. So he stopped trying to fix things with wealth. Instead, he started small. He walked to the neighborhood playground at 6 a.m., long before work, carrying sandwiches for the children. He helped them with school projects in the evenings, sitting on the floor with colored pencils scattered around like he used before ambition swallowed him. He listened to their stories, not rushed, not distracted, not checking emails every 2 minutes. Sophia watched silently at first, unsure she could trust a man who once chased money over her family. But slowly, she saw him showing up, truly showing up. A father, a husband, a presence, not a sponsor. It wasn't instant. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't even perfect. But it was real. Daniel learned something that no promotion could teach. Money multiplies comfort, but presence multiplies love. Success without family is a hollow victory. Respect, trust, and attention cannot be outsourced. They must be earned daily. In time, laughter returned to the house. Not all at once, not always loud, but steady. The children no longer glanced at the doorway in hope. They ran into his arms. Sophia stopped measuring his absence. She began measuring his effort. Daniel still worked. He still chased goals. But he stopped sacrificing what mattered most to achieve them. He had discovered a truth harsher than poverty. A man can earn everything and lose what truly counts. And some lessons, once learned, echo for a lifetime. Stories end, but wisdom stays. If you believe stories can change the way we see life, welcome to Echoes of Wisdom. Subscribe and let every story leave you better than found you.